Hello, this is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and this is your weekly tarot card reading. And for this reading, I am using the Hanson-Roberts Tarot. And this is a little deck. It's like a mini deck. It's quite cute. Okay, so I'm just shuffling the cards, and I'm going to draw 3 cards. Each card is going to represent a portion of the upcoming week. Okay, and I've got my little kitty cat helper with me today, and she's being so good. She's in her little bed. I'll show her to you. Say hello, Marlena. Yeah, she's sound asleep. Okay. So, let me just zoom out here. So the first card is going to represent Monday and Tuesday of the upcoming week. Ah. Okay, so we got the Knight of Swords. He looks so aggressive. So the Knight of Swords, it can come up when we're like really going after something, like really going after a goal, or we really want something, or we're really, really charged up about something. The Knight of Swords is often driven by, he can be driven by ego, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just that, and I'll give you an example of this. It's like being really career driven, so driven within your career mainly because you want to appear successful, or you want the fame, or the you want to impress people or something like that. That's kind of what I mean by ego driven. So the Knight of Swords, he's very, not so much passionate, but he's just very driven. And so we're starting off the week on a really interesting note. So for some of this could just be experienced as having a lot of energy for something, a lot of focus. He's very focused. So, if you need to be focused for a particular task or a project, this is awesome because you're really going to be able to harness that energy and focus it. So it's wonderful to take advantage of that kind of energy. The downside is that this kind of focus and this kind of energy can't be sustained for very long. So you can burn out quickly. And it's not a good idea to stay in this kind of place for too long, just because it's so intense, and it's so focused that you can kind of lose sight of what's going on around you. So the wonderful thing about being able to focus on something is that you can see something or understand something and know something in great detail, and you can get things done, you can have an impact. But if you're too focused for too long, you miss out on the periphery, and the periphery is important. That's the context. So, you want to kind of, I guess ideally you want to be able to kind of waffle back and forth between being focused and kind of stepping back to see the big picture, to see the context. So that's just something to kind of keep in mind at the beginning of the week. And then the middle of the week, Wednesday and Thursday, we've got the 6 of Pentacles. And the 6 of Pentacles is about giving and receiving. So here we have this guy who's giving pentacles, or giving money to these people with bowls, begging bowls or whatever. And it really depicts kind of the art of giving and the art of receiving. And it can mean a few things for us. So it can signify that someone is going to be helping you out in your life. So they're going to be giving you a boost, and it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be giving you money. They could be offering advice, or just offering moral support or encouragement, or connecting you, hooking you up with some connections, introducing you to the right person or the right people. And it could also mean that you'll be called upon to kind of step into this role. So you might find yourself offering help to someone, or offering advice or guidance for someone, or monetary support as well. You might be offering that your friend can crash with you for a couple days or whatever. But this is really about kind of the art of giving and receiving. And the challenge with this card is about giving freely. So true giving is when you give something and you don't expect anything in return. So the act of giving is reward enough for you that you don't expect that person to do something. You may not even expect them to be grateful, which is really hard, right? So that's kind of the challenge with this card, is it's about being able to really actually truly give freely without expecting anything in return, even gratitude or appreciation. And then it's also about the challenge of receiving. So are you able to receive things from others without feeling guilty or feeling like you really owe them, or feeling indebted to them? So are you able to just truly accept something openly for what it is and be enriched by that without having those nervous or anxious or negative feelings that can sometimes come along with receiving something? And then of course there's always everyone knows people like this who are locked into this victim mindset where they feel like the world owes them a living, and these are the kind of people who might be on welfare for their entire lives, or they might always be expecting handouts all the time, and that's such a disempowering place to be as well. So this card is really about all those kind of challenges that can come up with giving and receiving. Okay, and I think also, just to come back to this one, a question you can ask yourself if you're about to help someone is, am I empowering this person by helping them, or am I disempowering them? So, if you have, say, a friend who's always asking for money, are you actually helping them truly in the long term by giving them money, or are you, adding to their disempowerment? And the same goes for when you're asking for help. Are you asking for help? Is that asking gonna help you or is it gonna hinder your efforts? Okay, so the weekend we have Death, which is such a heavy, charged card to get at the end of the week. So Death is about endings. So, it's the end of the week, I guess. That makes sense. It's about being able to put things to rest and move on. So in our culture, people really have a hard time with death. People really struggle with death, and really what death is all about is it's about the art of letting go and moving on. And it's not just about physical death. It's about letting go of things in our lives that are no longer there or no longer need to be there, like old jobs, old resentments, old issues that we have with people, past hurt, even old hobbies and interests or friendships that have kind of run their course and are no longer offering much enrichment for us. This is about being able to let. So essentially what the Death card is about, I just got interrupted. My camera ran out of juice, so I had to kind of deal with that and then restart this reading. So coming back to the Death card, it's really about being able to let go with grace and to be able to move on. So, and there's so many ways that this could be interpreted, but I feel like for many of us, even like things like goals, you might have particular goals, and if you really question them, you don't really want those things. That might be something you wanted a year or two ago, and you've kind of outgrown it, but maybe haven't yet realized it. So this is about kind of taking inventory of your life and really recognizing, what no longer needs to be there. What can you let go of? And when you let go, you lighten your load, you become free, and you're able to move forward, and you're more weightless. You're able to have different experiences. You're able to invite different things into your life. It's really quite a transformational process, being able to let go with grace and ease. Okay, so I'm just going to take a quick step back. I don't think there's anything else I want to mention, though. One thing that's interesting is the helmet on this guy. He has like the red plume, kind of similar to the helmet in Death, which is interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure what to make of that, but both of those men have heavy-duty armor, which again is interesting. So yeah, I'll turn it over to you, and I invite you to, add anything that you feel like I missed, or any particular interpretation or something that's jumping out to you. I invite you to share what that is in the comment section below. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this reading helpful. And my name is Kate. If you want to learn more about tarot cards, you can check out my website, dailytarotworld.com. I've got tons of fun stuff on there. I've got video tutorials, deck reviews, tarot spreads, exercises, all kinds of fun stuff for you to try out. Okay, so once again, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful week.